Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So tonight, let's talk about the Bitcoin halving pump. Did it start? Bitcoin is above 67,000. It looks like it's gaining strength. So it might have. So let's talk about it. Also, let's talk about Solana. This morning, I covered a little bit about some of these airdrop tokens. Let's talk about some of these projects. Are they good? Do they have potential? And what's going on with Pepe? Why is Pepe going upward? So let's talk about all these things and more. Let's do it. Welcome, 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 guys. Take a look. Since this morning till now, we're slowly trending upwards, about 67,000, and that is absolutely fantastic. You know, recently, not only has Bitcoin been going up, but a lot of the alts that have been sold off as of late, they are coming back full strength. Not completely, but we are seeing a resurgence with some of the alts. That is absolutely fantastic. That means money is flowing back in. But of course, Bitcoin is leading the way. It's only a matter of time. Bitcoin is above 70,000 and pushing that 73,000 mark. And after we break through 75, 80K is right around the corner, right? So it's looking good so far, okay? You know what? I think it's just going to be better. You know, ultimately, you have this thing that's going to always be an issue, and that's inflation, right? So tomorrow we will get PCE, or I don't know if it's tomorrow, but sometimes we'll get PCE inflation reading. We know CPI has been going upwards. PCE is another way to measure it. Is it going up? And then we have some earnings from some of the big tech companies that's coming up, right? But we know inflation is always going to be a thing. And ever since Jerome Powell, Fed Chair Powell, said that inflation is transitory, that's when inflation really became an issue. You could see inflation has always been an issue, but after he said it was a transitory, meaning it's not a big deal, it'll go away by itself, well, that's when inflation really started going upwards, right? So that's why we rely on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the ultimate hedge against inflation, okay? And it's not going to stop. So that's why you have retail investors and institutions both FOMOing into Bitcoin. Since Bitcoin ETFs, it's been about 100 days. Okay, those ETFs have soaked up, wow, 218,000 Bitcoins. 218,000 Bitcoin versus 90,000 being released, okay, by the miners. But because of the halving event, the next 100 days will only release 45,000. Now, it's twice as hard to discover a single Bitcoin. So there will be only 450 produced per day rather than 900. The cost to mine a single Bitcoin immediately jumps by 100%. Think about that. The scarcity factor for Bitcoin is what ultimately drives it upwards. And because of it, that is the reason why it's the best hedge against inflation. Because it's a set supply and because of the scarcity factor. And now the daily inflation factor is less than half of what it was before. And the inflation rate per year now is even lower than gold. This is the reason why Bitcoin is the ultimate hedge against inflation. Right? And also something very positive is Grayscale. Grayscale selling, you know, kind of varies. Sometimes it jumps up, sometimes it goes down. But today, it went down even further. 35 million sold, which is quite low compared to some of the days from before. And we know the other ETFs are still loading up. But you know what? Now we kind of know who's loading up because now all the companies, all the other funds or financial advisors or just companies in general, LLCs, the ones that have been buying, here's one for BlackRock's ETFs. Here's a whole list. And there's more for all these other ETFs too, right? So it's like a requirement you have to list. And the list is growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. So these guys not only are buying because they know the halving event is here, Bitcoin's will go higher, but ultimately a lot of them are buying because what else do you go buy? You always bet on the fastest horse in the race. And when there's a horse named Bitcoin and it simply outperforms everything else, what else are you go buy? Why else would you buy anything that's slower? And maybe they care about inflation too. Dave Portnoy says he's go buy more Bitcoin finally. Before he would buy things like SafeMoon and he had paper hands and sold off his Bitcoin. No, I think he finally understands now. Bitcoin is ultimate crypto that you want to hold forever, and he says he's going to buy more of it going forward. So that's fantastic. And lastly, Morgan Stanley, okay, one of the biggest asset managers and banks, okay, is now filing to get 2 of their portfolios to have Bitcoin ETF exposure. The Discovery portfolio and Growth portfolio. Okay, so basically, like I've been saying, all banks and financial institutions, they're going to try to load up on Bitcoin. They're trying to increase their exposure to Bitcoin as much as possible. These guys are not stupid. Well, you could claim they're stupid because they got in Bitcoin so early. Yes, you could claim that. But, you know, these guys are getting in now. They probably watch me or they watch someone else that told them that the halving event is here. And it's the most bullish catalyst of any cycle, right? They probably know that. This is the time to get in. And the volume for ETFs are absolutely staggering. The growth of the AUM is also staggering. It's the fastest ever for any ETF. I mean, all these things combined. Everyone just wants a piece, right? So that's why we're in the game. And that's why I said to focus on the future. Don't fall for FUD. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. But this morning, you know, I did cover about Solana. And Solana actually, let me bring them up. They are having a pretty good day, up to about 158, right? Overall, in the last 30 days, down a little bit, but they have recovered from their outage or slowness, right? Seems like all the validators have been patched, but Solana itself is doing well. And you know what? There are a lot of projects within Solana that are also doing well. So this morning I covered an article about airdrops. Now, unfortunately, most of these projects have either airdropped or have had their snapshots taken already. But these are all still fantastic projects that are still relatively low, and they are good to keep your eyes on, right? And one that a lot of people ask me, let's just start out with the first one, and it's actually Jupiter, which is DEX aggregator. They have a launchpad. They launched this Zeus Network, and this is quite interesting, and they already airdropped, but they're still only 125 million. They're interesting because they're bringing Bitcoin to Solana. Okay, so that means, and this is like supposedly some very decentralized bridge. So basically in the future, you're going to be able to trade Bitcoin on Solana. Okay, you don't see that every day. You don't see a lot of chains actually have Bitcoin bridged over. And that is basically exactly what Zeus Network is doing. So bring more liquidity to Solana with the power and strength of Bitcoin. Absolutely fantastic, right? 125 million, still relatively small. Another one is Tensor, which is just an NFT marketplace. Okay, Solana has a few NFT marketplaces, but based on usage, they also airdropped recently, and they're about 143 million, so that's not bad. So both of these are under 200 million. So relatively speaking, still very early projects and plenty of potential to grow, right? So these two are relatively new. And then what else is there? Then you have a project called Kamino, which is a borrowing lending project, okay, that's coming aboard, a pure DeFi project for Solana. Now, this one, they haven't airdropped yet. So this is it's kind of like Jupiter and it kind of like Jitto, right? So this is already active, and if you want to use it, you earn these points, and eventually you're going to get airdropped when they are ready, right? And because of it, they have seen a surge in deposits in their liquidity pools because people want to get those juicy coins, right? Tokens. So here's an example of one that also could be doing very well after they launch, and you still have a chance to get airdrop. So another project. And then there's another one called Drift, which is also DeFi. But it allows you to spot trade and allows you to leverage trade with the DeFi platform. This is interesting. Now you're starting to see, leverage is really, really common with sexes, right? Not so common with dexes. But here's an example of one. They have unfortunately their airdrop didn't happen yet, but unfortunately the snapshot already happened. So that means pretty soon those of you guys that have used it will get it. But that doesn't mean there won't be more. You see, this one is the first snapshot, right? So they're taking a page out of Jupiter. Even though Jupiter did have an airdrop, it's the very first one. And they're going to have 2, 3, and 4, right? Drift is kind of the same thing too. Even though the first snapshot has been taken, doesn't mean that there won't be a second one. There will be, right? So again, it's one of those situations where, hey, if you're already using them already, why not continue to use them? Because you're going to get some fancy airdrops coming, right? And here's lastly, I'll just cover this one, IO.net. This is kind of a DePIN play. Internet GPUs, basically, they're like a GPU aggregator, right? And you could use the combined power to do whatever you want. Mostly AI, right? That's the new thing. You go with AI. So they are also going to be airdropping soon within the next week or so. So this is one that's interesting because all the other projects in DePIN that has to do with GPU sharing and is involved with AI, they have all skyrocketed to the moon. So this one is a new one. Nosana also exists on Solana, but this IO.net could be interesting when they airdrop and launch. So another one to keep your eyes on. Okay, lastly, why is Pepe going up to the moon? Today, actually, all the meme coins, they came up, but they weren't like super pumping. But Pepe did. Pepe's up about 14%. So why did it go up? It seems like Coinbase, they want to jump in on the leverage game. So they're actually going to list Pepe futures on their international exchange and Coinbase Advanced. Okay. That's going to start tomorrow. That's why Pepe is going up. So for those of you guys that are degens, that not only leverage trade, but you leverage trade memes, well, this is coming to Coinbase. But, this already exists. This already exists on other exchanges too. So, but anyways, I think this is the reason why. The Coinbase effect is real, of course, right? All right, that's pretty much it. Bitcoin is still strong. I did want to announce one of my new partners, okay, because I know a lot of you guys are looking for new exchanges. And almost every, especially for those of you guys in the US, you have noticed that almost every single foreign exchange is now getting shut down, or they are requiring KYC because they're afraid of being attacked by the SEC, right? So a lot of the favorite ones that I've been using for years, for example, like MEXC, they will be shut down to US soon. You can't do KYC. I think as soon as June, they are done. So if you're in the US, you got to get off, right? Something else that I've used before, Bing X, also same thing. They require KYC, and you can't KYC in the US, right? So there are very little exchanges out there that allows you to leverage trade, buy meme coins, and get like hundreds of pairs out there. So I decided to partner up with Bitunix. So I actually met these guys. I met the founders while I was in Dubai, right? Had a really good chat, and they seem to be very serious about building this out. right? And they've been around for a while already, since 2021. Their volume is absolutely insane. And they have mobile apps and online, obviously on your desktop. And they still allow you to get on without doing KYC. No VPN required. US residents okay. And they have like hundreds of pairs too. So I've been using them quite a lot recently, testing them out, and they seem to be okay. So they're my new partner. So in case you guys are looking for a new exchange to replace Mexi or BingX or whatever else you're using, check out Bitunix. And I actually threw some leverage plays today too. Some are doing well, some are not, but we'll see. I think Bitcoin will continue to go higher, so we'll see. We'll see if I'm right or not. All right, let's do some Q&A. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be really hard. Really hard to trade on a foreign exchange pretty soon because SEC is trying to go down and crack down on everyone. So while we have the opportunity, we still can find good exchanges to use. But you know what? In another few years, we may not have that choice anymore. All right. Let me see if I can scroll up. Let me see if I missed anything. Rich, thank you. I am back. Should I give membership according to Simon? Sure. Why not? Why not? Very top, little Nicky Mozart, Chainlink, Bitcoin, Sui, Ando. Good stack this cycle. Yes. And there's two. I just realized with smart super chats, you could actually thumb up. So Perry, new member, welcome. Can you make Alex Beck and Roger Ver fight? It's gonna be epic. I don't know, I think Becker, he's a hard man to talk to, but I think he also does jiu-jitsu, so that would actually be really good against Veer. But again, I think Alex Becker is really, really hard to reach. But, you know, we'll see. I did find someone that could fight Veer, but he needs more time. That's the thing. Crypto Frank says, thanks for all the positive vibes. You're welcome. KYC is a devil. Don't do it for a stupid contest. I mean, you know, that's the thing. Governments want to crack down, especially the SEC. They do not like people to trade without KYC, and that's why all the exchanges are either leaving the US or being shut down or requiring KYC. And it kind of sucks. 840K blocks. Do you think the top is going to be sooner this cycle compared to previous? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I guess it depends on how fast we move. If we're like already at like 300K by, you know, summertime of next year, then yeah, maybe that's really close to top, right? But if we're still at, let's say, 100,000 or 150,000 by mid of next year, then yeah, I would say there's no reason to believe that we're going to top out earlier. Iman is asking your thoughts on RunesBridge and Ape with Hat. RunesBridge seems new, but is it legit or rug? And there's still hope with Kulo. Well, yeah, Kulo, you know, actually, Bitunix is one of the only exchanges that actually offers Kulo. So that's good. But as for RunesBridge, I've never heard of them. I don't know what RunesBridge is. Something to do with runes. If it's down 31%, that's not looking good. On a day like today, yeah. I don't know enough about it, but that doesn't look good at all. It's really hard to get a timeout while sending a super chat, but GD managed to do that. Simon gifted 5 memberships. Great. Thank you for that. Let's see. Did you hear about the 2 SEC lawyers resigned today? I did not. I don't know what that's about, but I'm assuming lawyers do resign all the time. But I don't know. Maybe they go join Coinbase now, or they go join Ripple. Diamond building Lidl. Okay, I'll take that. Tomorrow's a full moon. Is that really the case? If tomorrow's a full moon, it's gonna be really bullish. Really, really bullish. Let's see. Ooh. I think that's why. Look at the last few times we had a full moon. Okay, here, boom. Here, really bullish. Here, also bullish. And yeah, we're about to get the full moon, guys. So the last 3 times, you go back here too. Up. You could go back here. Up. Man, what was the last full moon we actually went down? This one actually went down. But since October last year, every full moon has been super, super, super positive. So does that mean tomorrow we're shooting back up to 73,000 and beyond? It could happen. It could happen. Why not? How high can Near Protocol and Filecoin go? To the moon, as they would say. Near Protocol is still way down versus their previous high. So they have a long way to go. Same thing with Filecoin. Filecoin is still down like 98% or something. Where's Filecoin? Near Protocol. Okay, there's actually something you could do here. There's one from all-time high. There we go. Where's Filecoin? Near Protocol is still 66% away from their all-time high. And I don't know, Filecoin is still 97%. I don't know about that one. I figured out how to use DEX and bought some Kulo. Is Kulo dead, or do you expect to come back? Time to cut my losses. Well, I'll tell you this, Brian. I'm still holding on to mine. So for whatever that's worth, we have seen Kulo go up before, go down to 1 million, go up to 40 million, down a little bit. But I know the team is not giving up, so I'm keeping my bag. Jumpman Crypto, I miss my favorite cocktuber. Well, we're about to have an onslaught of marketing for the next IFC soon. And of course, Cock is participating. One of their devs is fighting. So it's going to be good. It's going to be real good. The power of the sun and moon is incredible. You can't discount it. Followed a big token release. Yeah, they did. A lot of these did. Arbitrum did. A lot of these did. That's why they kind of became stagnant afterwards. Thoughts on ADA? Really no thoughts. I mean, ADA is ADA. It's still top 10. It's going to continue to trend up. Really. Goldfinch in the RWA space, backed by multiple VCs, including Coinbase. Based on the name, I'm assuming it has to do with gold in some way. If it's RWA play with gold, I'm out. No, I've seen this before. Yeah, it is kind of. It's a pure banker's play. It's just not for me. It's based on yield and so forth. So RWA of banking yields, not my thing. Conan's up a ton. What do you think about it? Never heard of it. Sorry. I'm Eric, Doc's founder of Karate Cat, and I would love to connect with you. Okay. You could email me if you want. Last one, Peng on Soul down to 27 cents. Would you say buy or hold or sell Peng? I bought some at 19 cents. Just wondering. Hey, you know, if you're concerned about it, why don't you just sell it? You're still in the green. You know, with these memes, you know, it's just really hard to tell if they will go up or down or it stays sideways forever, right? So if you bought at 19 cents and at 27 cents, why not? Why not take profits if you're losing faith in it? You know, it's hard to go back to like this. I don't think you'll go back, but who knows? Holochain. They're a oldie from 2021. They're a DAG. I don't know what's been, to be honest, I don't know what's been happening with them. So I can't really concentrate. I know they're a DAG, and they were in the deep end play. They were selling storage. I don't know if they transitioned to something else recently. Thoughts on cost making a comeback when Soul comes back? You're talking about Costco hot dog. I'm still holding mine. I'm hoping they come back. I do. I mean, they were so strong. They were unable to break 100 million and hold, and now they're down to like 20 or 30 million. I'm hoping when Solana gets stronger, they will come back. They're 27 million. I did sell like half of mine 40, and after I sold it, went up to 80, and I really regretted it, but now I guess that was a good decision. Chris Videography. Mexi will not work even with a VPN. No. Come June, it doesn't matter if you're in US or not, they would require KYC. And you can't KYC if you're in the US. So, unfortunately, they're afraid because of what KuCoin is going through. And, you know, KuCoin, you can't KYC in the US either. So, one after another, most of these changes just can't use anymore. So, that's why I think Bitunix, they're still open, so I'm going to use them as long as I can. Any new meme coins you have, you feel like have potential, even if a gamble? You know what? To be honest, I have not gone into in-depth research recently on memes, whatever that means, right? With a lot of memes, I have to do more research because I've been on the go, really didn't do much research, but I'm sure I'll get back to it and find some good ones for you guys. Checks. What is this? Chentai. Leading businesses into regulated digital asset frontier. Tokenization, marketplace, compliance, infrastructure. White label issuance. White label second, okay. Seems like a pure B2B play for tokenization marketplace, and they're white labeling it. I think that's the best way to describe it. Could be good, but not my thing. I don't like B2B plays. Can you check out Solfin? They've been running nonstop. What do you think? War on devs with a middle finger. I don't. What? Why would you F you to all the devs? I don't get that. Why would you do that? The problem is this chart looks good. There's only 359 holders. Until a project gets over 1,000, you know, it's just too many, too little. So obviously it just launched a week ago? Very low market cap, but the number of holders is troubling. If you had a week go by and you're still at 359, I don't know. And why would you say F you to the devs? I still don't get that. Any future for Pepe or in good short time? Well, look at Pepe. It is coming back. Right? It's doing very well right now. Look at that 1 hour chart. It's because Coinbase is going to list their futures, right? So Coinbase effect is real. MNI Kai, appreciate that. Please check out Wife. Someone asked me about Wife this morning. Wife Jack. 5 million. It's holding okay. Liquidity kind of low. I don't know what this is about. It's not a very original name. Man, I feel the jet lag or something. I had a good night's sleep yesterday, but I'm feeling pretty out of it today. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. Overall, hey, the halving pump started. And there's a full moon tomorrow. I just found that out. So, grayscale selling going down, ETFs going up, more banks are buying, the full moon is coming, and the halving event just happened. I mean, these are all bullish things, guys. So stay strong, my friends, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right, have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.